The dominant ideas of a political party's impact on election results. New Labour. Following 4 defeats to the Conservative Party, Labour had to evolve in order to regain power. The project, led by Blair, Brown and Mandelson, formed New Labour and its third way. Economy. One of the first key ideals of the New Labour was the scrapping of Clause 4, the dominant idea of Old Labour's ideology. For the first time, Labour supported the privatisation of public services. This increased their middle-class votership. In 1992, Labour only received 22% of the AB social class vote. By 1997, this percentage had grown to 34%. Labour had also promised not to raise taxes from what the previous Conservative government had kept taxes at, also encouraging the middle-class votes who would be most affected by high taxation. This avoided a repeat of the Conservatives' anti-Labour campaign, Labour's tax bombshell, that cost them the 1992 election. Crime. Labour's stance on crime before the 1997 election also helped the party increase its popularity in the working classes. New Labour's third way was a hybrid of traditional Labour's stance on crime and the Conservative ideology. Tough on crime, tough on the causes of crime. This combined the Conservative view of people being selfish and Old Labour's view of the system causing people to commit crime. Because of this, votes from the social classes C, D and E increased by 10%, as it was the working classes who were most affected by crime. Foreign policy. Liberal interventionism by New Labour started out as a success. This was seen with the intervention at Kosovo. Tony Blair was credited for his ability to influence the president and was recognised as a hero. However, this was more by the people of Kosovo than by the people of the UK. This did not affect their majority in 2001, as there was only a small drop of 3% in the vote. However, this was not the same story with the Iraq invasion. After becoming involved with President Bush after the events of 9/11, the PM was brought into the Iraq invasion of 2003. This war was unwanted by the public and led to the fall of New Labour, as seen by the drop of 40% to 34% of the vote between 2001 and 2005 elections. New Labour's foreign policy eventually led to the resignation of Tony Blair, as it was no longer agreed with the public desire. Constitutions. Under New Labour, there was also some constitutional reform. During the Conservative reign, a lot of the Scottish public felt as though they were being treated unfairly by this government, with the rejection of devolution for the Scottish Assembly. New Labour therefore promised them a Scottish Parliament in order to gain votes. This was a success, as once the devolution had occurred in 1999, Labour was in power in both Westminster and the Scottish Parliament. This links to Stephen Lux's second phase of power, agenda setting, as this wouldn't have been on offer with the Conservatives.